So, guys, in yesterday's session, what we have seen, we have learnt about problem management along with emails. So, emails is unique, guys. Emails is for any module, anything, right? You are not supposed to do only for the problem. We'll get an email, not like that. Huh? So, for incident also, your organization might customize. For problem also, your organization might customize. For change, for knowledge, every module, for catalog item also, even though anything is possible, email configuration should be there in your organization. So most of the time, as a tester, you need to use your emails, and how to fit the emails is the most important thing for you guys. So as a manual tester also, you need to learn emails thoroughly. So first, what we need to do, first we need to go to our application navigator, then type emails, and then sys underscore email table will open. When the sys underscore email table has opened, you need to give your filter conditions, like with a number, like with your recipients, anything, like with the created or updated, anything. So if you want to personalize your list, so there is only limited options are available on your sys underscore email table. So you can personalize your list view also from gear icon, right? So likewise, you need to know everything here on the sys underscore email tables, guys. So each and every time, then once you have clicked on send ready to send, then that email should be reflected on your activity stream, guys. Activity streams, the email has been generated. So without having any, I mean, you are not supposed to click and send ready to send. So it won't reflected. Till here we have learned about emails. So do practice on that, guys. So type in your Google, what is the out of box functionality emails are available for ServiceNow ITSM module. You can search with these keywords, and you will definitely know what is meant by out of box functionality emails. So for suppose, if any state has been changed from one to another, that might get an email. Likewise, if we are assigning a user a problem to the user, then email is getting triggered, right? Likewise, you can search in the Google, like, so what are the out of box functionalities, out of box emails or notifications to be created in ITSM module, like that you can search by your own, guys. So out of box functionality emails should known for you in which state exactly emails will trigger. So then do practice on that. Do whatever filter conditions you can give, right? So today we will learn about change management, guys. So basically, change management is very important, guys. In every time, I can say, in every time you are supposed to use change management, guys, by you or your team or admin team, any team. So guys, what is change? First, if something has been changed in your organization, that is what change, right? So for example, I have submitted my incident form, I have submitted my problem or anything, I want to do a modifications on my forms, on my organizations, anything, whatever I want to change, that will comes under the change, guys, right? We have a change request, we have a change task, everything we have. So what is change request, guys? First, so request is nothing but requesting something from someone else, right? That means, for example, guys, this is very important. Once you have completed your sprint, as you know, for each and every 15 days, your sprint has been completed in your agile methodology, right? Basically, it was a standard methods what every organization using right now. So some teams can use 1 month or 2 months, any depends on their project conditions and their budgets. So usually for 15 days, each and every 15 days, usually every organization will migrate the update sets from lower instance to higher instance. That means whatever the developments has been done by developers, that all should be migrated from dev to test, right? Test to prod, right? So here, how they can change, how they can, how they can migrate. So you are not a single module done. So for example, take a client, a big client like PayPal. In PayPal, there is no one module, single module is using, like ITSM is not using. There might be a GRC, IRM modules and HRSD module and ITOM, ITAM. So SAM, HAM, everything should be there, right? I mean, I can say every module is using. So platform team might confuse while migrating update sets. Me, myself working on ITSM, Divya is working on ITOM, and Pravalika is working on HRSD, and Prabha is working on IRM modules. So as we have taken care of our teams, right? So we have only 4 teams. I need to migrate all our update sets to production, right? So for me, I need not able to uh, directly shift my migrate of my update sets to production. So at that time, what usually they need to do is every organization will raise change request, guys. Change request. Whenever they have raised a change request name is, for example, take a name of ABC123, right? This is the change request main name, right? So as myself, I'm handling ITSM team. Pravalika is handling ITOM team. Divya is handling IRM and Prabha is handling GRC, right? Likewise, my update sets needs to be taken care from my end, and all update sets should be keep in one parent update set, right? So likewise, Divya is taking her update sets, and we have total 4 number of count as a primary update set, guys. I mean, I can say parent update set. So now what happens is, for every change there will be a ch- child tasks also available. That means my update set, my all update set should be in a child change, and Pravalika's one is like that, and Divya's one is like that, and Prabha's one is also like that. So all combined together, they will keep on a parent change request number, that is ABC123, what we have discussed now. On that change request, they'll keep their updates, and they will migrate all the update sets together to the prod, right? To the production. So likewise, change requests are useful. So here what's happened? Here why they have raised a change? You need to know this, right? What is meant by change request? So simply we can say the migration of update sets from one instance to another instance. That's it. So what is happening in the system? There might be a changes happening in a system, right? That's why change request has been raised, guys. The development is nothing but changing of instance, right? I mean, changing of something forms, modification of forms, customizing of your forms, everything should be in takes place, right? That's how that's how we need to raise a change, right? Likewise likewise we can say anything should be changed in your organization, we can use our change management. So we have 3 types of changes, guys. So anyone is maintaining the notes, please note down these things, guys. So we have 3 change types. One is standard, second is normal, and third one is emergency, guys. So in standard change, what is standard change? Standard change is nothing but a predefined template, guys. So predefined template which doesn't require any approvals. There is no approvals needed for the standard changes, guys. So for example, if I have raised a change request, I want to close like an incident, like anything, I can close, right? We doesn't require any approval. It was a predefined template, right? Likewise, second one is a normal change. Normal change is required a approvals, and it has a normal approvals, it has a cab approvals needs to be taken. So coming to the emergency change is bit critical, and we need to close it as soon as possible. Your SLAs, your time limits has very limited on your emergency change, guys, right? So coming to the emergency change, we need only single approval, that is cab approvals, guys. So for example, what is cab approvals and what are the normal approvals, we'll see in practical, no issues. So basically, cab approval is nothing but, what is cab first? Cab is nothing but change advisory board, guys. For a particular change advisory board, there might be many members, right? I can't say even in your, but in cab, in change advisory board, there should be only one person, there should be only two-person, not like that, right? The board means it has a something unique, number of people are available, more people are available on your change approval board. So for going, it will go to the cab approval. Any one of them has been approved, then it will approve automatically. So usually emergency change, when emergency change has raised, emergency change will raise, something is very critical. I mean, it was directly impacting the business of your particular organization. That means financial crisis, everything. Most of the cases I never seen, guys. In my entire career, I have seen one or two emergency cases, right? So likewise, we have, if until and unless if financial issues are coming to the organizations, then only change request, emergency change might rise, right? So usually it was a high ticket, more than a high ticket, everything, right? So basically, it needs to be raised by your manager. You are supposed to be there in your call. Your all team should be in a call. On the call, resolution should be happen for the emergency change, guys, right? So okay, this is all about change, guys. What is change, what is change request, and what is change task? So for every change request, either it was a standard, either it was a normal, or either it was an emergency, there must be a task should be generated, right? If no task has been generated, how they could conclude that this is useful for all and all the things, right? Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. I haven't logged in, huh? Okay. So guys, if we can see, everyone has created the PDAs, their own PDAs, right?
Yes, Pawan.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys are practicing? Divya, Pravalika, Shankar, Suresh, Chandana, Ramya, all you
Just
have
gone
created.
through the video, but not yet. Like weekends, I need to start actually.
Yeah, you can practice yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Once ATF has been started, then it will be easy for me to go more with that. So I'm just waiting for ATF classes.
ATF is something different, Divya. This is the most important thing before you are creating ATFs. So if
Mhm.
you want to create a ATFs, right? If you or anyone want to create a ATF, you need to know the manual flow first. Without manual
Got it.
flow, ATF is not possible at all, right? That is why
Yes,
I'm
yes.
taking this much of time on a manual flows. Otherwise, I can simply go to the ATF and I can explain. That will be directly, if a baby has born, he need to learn, right? He need to walk.
Yes,
He
yes.
can, yeah. Likewise, this is also like that only. He can't run directly, right?
Yeah, got it, got it. Yeah.
So I am opening a change. I want to create a new change, guys. So there will be a multiple things. There will be a multiple options to raise a change request. For example, if you want to raise a change from your incident also, you can raise. I'll show how to raise all incident. I'm taking an incident form. If you can see, guys, if I'm taking a new change, right, what it was showing. So directly it was not opening a form. It doesn't know which change we need to raise, right? So it knows only the emergency and normal is available here. If we can see, if we can click on that things, we can directly take emergency. If I can click on the normal change, it will open a normal change request form, change form. If I can click on emergency, it will open emergency form, right? So likewise, if I want to, if you can see, guys, model is went out. So if you can see, guys, normal type is normal. Why I have taken a normal emergency, a normal change request. So here we have a changes like new, access, and cancel. So guys, we will go through how we can take a change request from our incident record. So if I can open any existing, or I can submit an incident record for change demo. I'm submitting my incident form. .list. So I have opened my incident record. Give a right click on your form header, right? Instances. Then you can able to see your change, which type of change you need to open for this particular incident, right? Likewise, if you can see, guys, my keyboard, something is not working, guys. So if you can give a right click on your form header, it will directly, we can raise a change request, guys. So apart from that, we can able to open or change directly from our mod application navigator also, right? So if I can see, take a look on this. So here we can click on create new under the change module. Then we are able to see the things what we can take, right? So here we have a change request form. So for example, I want to assign it to someone else, guys. So I want to assign it to change manager or change. I can keep a star and I can search it with change. Yeah. Here we have a change manager. I'm assigning the ticket to change manager, and then test for normal change. So a similar thing I'm copying here. So if we can see, guys, there is no form and there is no related lists are available, right? At this moment, I am submitting this record. Then I am opening the record again. So if we can see, this is the record what we have created, right? Test for normal change. So guys, here we can see a request for approval button available right now. So as an I have impersonated, I have assigned this ticket to change manager, right? So now I can impersonate as a change manager whether he is able to change his change his change the states to authorized or scheduled. We have multiple states are available, guys. So this is the interviewer questions. Every interviewer must ask this type of questions, guys. What is change management? How many types of change management? And what is the flow, basic flow of change management? So if anyone can ask about you the basic flow of your change management, you can say new, access, authorize, schedule, implement. These are the basic flows, guys. So what will be done on your particular stage, you need to explain thoroughly. Then nobody can question you for the further questions on the change, right? Likewise, so I have impersonated as a change manager. Now I can see what he can do. As a system administrator, we are also able to see the request approval, right? Now, if I'm not a system administrator, I won't able to see, guys. So I can do anything as a system administrator. Why I have impersonated a change manager, right? Here approvers will come. Then at that time you need to know the concept very well, right? So I'm requesting the form. So I need to give an assignment group to something. No, it was not accepting, I think. So there is no group members are available. Huh? ATSM dev. Okay. Anthony LEDs. Okay. So there is no group member is available at that time, guys. So now I need to see, guys. Earlier we have everything is in editable mode. Now it was changed as a read only. If we can see, I need to impersonate with another user as the assignment to user. So I have impersonated as Anthony. I'm refreshing the form. Right. So if we can see, guys, in access state, we have 4 approvers. So why these approvers has came? So basically, guys, here we can see we have given the assignment group as ITSM apps dev. So related, I want to know this group members. How I can know? I'm just clicking on this link, hyperlink in a new window. So here we can see there were four members are available, right? Aaron, Ubi, Tash, Anthony, and Cameron, right? So if we can see, those four members has been reflected here, guys. That is nothing but these are the assignment group members who can approve this change request, whether it want to go ahead or not. So if you can see, Anthony is although Anthony is a group member, still he is not able to change the state. Why? Yeah, yeah, Sharmila.
Who is going to provide these details? The assignment group, the state and model. We need to submit everything, right? But we don't know anything. The change form is opened and how
you
to.
you will get the requirement, Sharmila. Your
Uh,
BA will give,
okay, okay.
everything will give.
Based on requirement, we can see that and we can do the changes in here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So if we can see, although Anthony is a group member, still he is not able to change the state to authorize or schedule anyone. So here the state is requested. So I can directly do from here also. I can directly give approval from here, whether I want to approve, whether I want to reject or cancel. This was in my hand, right? So this is a type, guys. Requested is directly available. I can approve from here. And another method is we already discussed earlier also. I don't want to take much more time. So my approvals, you can go to my approvals. In my approvals also, we have we can able to see these change approval should be available. So see, guys, the change number is this, and it was in requested state. So likewise, you can approve it from here or there, anywhere, from anywhere, guys. So those who is a current logged in persons, then only particular current logged in persons approval should be available for my approvals, guys. Otherwise it won't. So I am giving an approval, then approved. I'm going back to the change request. Now it was a requested state, right? So I'm not changing anything. So I'm just refreshing my form, right? So now you can see, guys, automatically it was went to authorized, right? So in authorized, if we can see the approval, the approvals has increased, right? So as Anthony has approved for only ITSM app dev assignment group, as he's an only assignment group person, so that he has given a normal approval, guys, in your access, whether the change should be authorized or not, the change should be accessible or not. So he can get a conclusion. The group assignment group members will get a conclusion. We'll go ahead with this change request and we need to change the modifications. Then it is going to the authorized state, right? Now the cab approvers has came in place. See, if you can see, these are the cab approval group, guys. I mean, we already discussed about this. Cab approval is nothing but change advisory board. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members are available. Oh, six, on these six members, you need to impersonate as someone else. Then you need to. Usually, what happens is they need to approve the request, right? So if you can see, guys, I'm able to approve this request. No, right? If I can see here also, I am not supposed to edit these approvals. Why? Because I don't have an access to approve, right? Guys, this is very important. I can do as an admin. You never knows, guys. If I do as an admin, right, you never knows what is the basic process needs to follow. So that is why I'm impersonating these many times and all the things. So nothing has been editable for approval as I am impersonated as Anthony, right? So if we can see, ITSM app dev approvers are no longer gone to no longer required once we have approved earlier one, right? ITSM app dev 1 is approved, then all the remaining 3, there were 4 approvals, right? Earlier we have 4 approvals. On that 4 approvals, we have approved 1 approval. Remaining 3, rest 3 gone to no longer required. That means it doesn't require any approvals, right? From ITSM app dev team. Now from cab approval, we need an approval. So I need to impersonate as cab approver. Now if you can see, I'm not able to approve this, right? If I can impersonate as cab approver, I'm impersonating user. Now I'm going back to the form, I'm reloading this thing. So guys, if you can see, now are we able to edit? Yes. Right? Got the difference, right? So apart from that cab approval, this row, he is able to edit anything. Even though he is an cab approval member, but he can't able to give his permission on the Bernard lobby or Ron or Christian. So he can't approve as this person's. He can only approve as only cab approver, right? Now I am approving this. See guys, the state has been changed. We already discussed earlier also. Even though we haven't refreshed our form, but the schedule, the cycle, the flow has not moved to schedule, right? Still the changes has been happened. If we can hover a mouse over there, change manager has modified this value, right? That means the state has been changed to schedule. That's why the blue icon has came here, right? If I'm reloading this form, it will go to the scheduled state, right? So now this has been approved. No longer approvals are required. Now the tasks should be generated. Guys, earlier there were two important questions are there. When usually normal approvals will be available on your normal change, right? You need to say for authorized state, we need to give approval, right? For in authorized state, we can give a cab approvals. For authorized state, you need to give normal approvals. In authorized state, you need to give cab approvals. Then it will move to scheduled. This is a question. Someone might ask these questions also, right? Now I'm clicking on implement, guys. Now after clicking on implements, what happens here? There is no change tasks, there is no problems, nothing has been available, right? Now the change task should be generated, guys. Now the state has been moved to implement. Now we have a change tasks are available. I'm closing this task. Once I'm clicking on my UI action. Hello. So guys, once I'm clicking on my close task UI action, what it was happening, we are able to see our close code and close notes as a closure notes, right? So these two are getting mandatory, right? So I'm giving a successful and testing purpose. I am closing the task, and again I am closing this task as well. Closure information, we have successful test success. I'm closing this task as well, right? So now the state has not been updated, guys, even though the task has been completed, right?
Pawan,
So if you can,
both tasks, yeah. Pawan, both tasks we need to close, or like even one if we close, that will be sufficient.
no. If we can close both tasks, then only the change. uh, I mean, the cycle will go ahead. Each and not at two tasks. If we have hundreds of tasks, right? Then you need to
Okay.
close hundreds of tasks also. Even one
Okay.
task is missing, you never able to go ahead. Every task should be enclosed,
Oh,
right? Yeah. So it was went to a review state, guys. Without I haven't changed anything. I just closed the tasks. So why these C tasks are available? So here we can see the short description as implement and post implement. So you need to give your things why the change request is getting closed. Have you implemented everything? And this task is about this thing. I mean implementation. So this task is for testing purpose. So like you need to give your comments over there. In real instance, what happens is the task is I just close these things, but in a production what happens is usually the task is assigned to someone else, right? Someone else means for the implementation team or for the I mean testing team also. Sometimes it might get routed to test the task why whether that was implemented earlier or not. Likewise, they need to work on their task, they need to close themselves, right? Then only it will move to review state. Once everything is okay, everything is we feel the change has been completed, then you can click on close, guys. So on every closure, if you can observe, there is a closure information should be is getting mandatory, right? It was nothing new, guys. It was getting mandatory on closure, right? So you can give your closure notes as test done, and you can click on your close button. Automatically your change has gets closed, right? So this is all about our normal change, guys. So if I can close these all tabs, I can show you a emergency change. I'm ending an impersonation. So I'm taking emergency change this time, guys, right? So what is the difference between emergency change and normal change? You will get to know, guys. So here the model is emergency, and so I have given the description and short description. I'm submitting this record. I have opened the same record. Now we have a request approval, guys. Now as an admin, I can do anything, guys. I am not assigning to anyone. I am not doing anyone. So please refer a previous thing in your recording session so that you can impersonate as assigned to person or someone else. Then you will able to know the perfect flow. Right. So I am requesting now. Once I was clicked on my request approval, it was automatically fields are getting mandatory. So guys, now I am requesting for approval, right? So it was directly jumping to the authorized, guys. There is no access state for emergency change. This is one point. Some stages should skip on your emergency change and standard change as well. There is a proper flow. All new access, authorize, schedule, implement, review, close, cancel. Every flow should be followed in normal change itself, right? In access state, to authorize also, to go to authorize also, we need some approval, right? There is no approval needed at this moment in your emergency change. See, only the cab approval is needed. As we already discussed, only the cab approval is needed for the emergency change, guys. If we are using a normal change, we need we need approval to go to authorized also from the particular assigned to person or assignment group persons, right? So as an admin, I can directly change my state to approved, right? It was getting approved. Now see, it was moved to scheduled state, guys, right? If you can observe here, yeah, now it was scheduled. Now I'm clicking on implement. So it was scheduled whether the emergency so guys, no nothing has new on this change request. So once you are new, it was asking for the cab approval in a authorized state, whether it needs to be authorized or not, right? Directly if we can authorize, it was moving to schedule, whether how it needs to be in schedule state. What you usually do, how the things needs to be done, the discussions will happen, and the roadmap should be given to everyone. So at this moment you can update all these things in schedule also. You can update when the plan date is, when the end date is, and when the start date. Everything should be given here, right? So I'm clicking on implement. It was going to the implement state, right? So apart from the access, every state should be available for emergency change also, guys, right? We are not able to see the access state in our emergency change. Why? Because we don't require any any approvals. That means why emergency change needs to raise, guys. If we are waiting for some approvals, it will be the time waste for everyone, right? We need not to be wait for someone's input. So directly it was going to the cab approval, for only the cab approvals only, cap team approvals only. It was not waiting for normal approval to go to some person. So whether he needs to approve, then only we can go ahead. Then that is a time waste, right? That is the reason in emergency change there is no more human interaction. I mean, particular group dependency approvers are needed, right? So then I'm clicking a review. It is going to the review also. Then we can close our emergency request, or we can whenever see guys, whenever we are clicking a a close, then automatically it was going to close code and close notes are getting mandatory. Why? Because it was background UI policies are running, right? That is the reason it was getting mandatory on closure, upon closure, mandatory upon closure. We can call it as mandatory upon closure, right? Test done. I'm closing this. Then it was went to closed, right? So guys, you can go to incident page. Then you can click a right. You can give a right click on your form header. Then you can raise. You can try by your own for standard change, guys. We haven't discussed the standard change, right? That was an exercise for you need to do from your end, right? Okay. So we are good with the today's session. So we'll stop here. Anyone having any